Alright, hello, and welcome to ozfortress Season 29 premiere, Week 5, C'est la vie versus Taylor Swift Fan Club. I'm Virgil, and I'm joined today by Dempsey, and Connor is on production. How you doing, Dempsey?
You know what? I'm feeling great.
That's good. I'll be honest with you, I'm coming from NA, so I have no idea what we're supposed to be expecting tonight, but hoping it'll be a good match. You know anything about the two teams, Dempsey?
Man, this is a Prem cast and neither of us are Australian.
Yeah, it's gonna be something. I guess we're just gonna have to. Okay, well, let's look at the two maps at least. We're gonna be playing Gully Wash, I believe, for the first one, and
Product for the second one.
oh, Product's always fun to watch at the very least. Well,
Gully
I don't
Wash
know.
lasts so easy to defend.
Yeah, I think Gully Wash last. I will say something that the Europeans have done just quite a good bit better than us Americans is perfecting just where to put the gun on their last points, and I think that makes their Gully Wash a bit easier to defend. But with that, we are starting them off. So Dempsey, I'll let you take it away here for the first mid.
Alright. I'm looking. I don't see no Boshi roll. I'm pretty disappointed, but both teams pretty simple coming into mid. Everyone's doing their basic thing. Demo is coming into choke as everyone else comes through mid, and already a soldier underneath. Two soldiers underneath here, so looking for a bomb, but one soldier's behind on Zaka, trying to fight Def, but gets turned on. That gives them some space to move across point here, though. They're going to be able to catch this Solly out, but they leave their demo dry, gets the arrow, and that's a pretty nice mid. They use that Solly as distraction and then just move across point with it.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive, all things considered. I was a little unsure of having both soldiers play on the floor, but it seemed to work out well for them, and now it's even Ubers as we do see the red team walking into second. It looks like our boys in blue, Taylor Swift Fan Club, are trying to contest, coming in from upper. They have a soldier bombing in to lead the way, but unfortunately the red pocket is denying a good bit of space as the medic and scout end up taking room up top, and that's going to be blue's cue to leave as they begin to back up into their own last. Now it's going to be our favorite thing, a stalemate, as Connor comes up on Engineer.
Bit late here coming up on NG. Maybe Heavy would make more sense here, but both teams have Ubers, so they're probably just hoping they have enough time before the push comes in. And as TJ goes down, it's really going to slow everything down for C'est la vie as they just sit around and wait for the respawn.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be slow. We're going to have to see if TJ wants to come up sniper. It does not look like he wants to do so. So now everything is in C'est la vie's hands for how they want to try and break this last hold. They're going to have a gun to contend with. It looks like we do see one blue player, that being, I believe Connor is currently, he was checking off classes, or the soldier rally was checking off classes, as now we see they actually managed to double soldier spam the gun down, which is a really good way to start opening things up, and now I expect we're going to see a two-man, just a single sec, as the soldier does bomb in, he gets hard denied by the gun that was just a bit up, a gun gets taken down, but unfortunately Rohan does not find an exchange for his life, as the rest of his team is going to be taking a bit more passive in River, as a soldier goes for a spoon actually on one of the red pockets, but he isn't able to get anything.
Yeah, I mean, they tried. Taylor Swift Fan Club tried to use that time to take some lobby control, but after their soldier went down, they just kind of have to back up and accept that, once you go that player down on Gully, you really don't want to risk pushing out.
Yeah, it's definitely risky. It's so easy for a spawner to just run in from mid, get behind through baby door and back cap. And just the threat of that is enough to just prevent teams from pushing out or doing much more than a single man sack.
And we're seeing the same strat. Two Sollies to spam out the gun. Both Sollies take some rockets, but Wilon God looking doesn't get his arrow, gets caught out, so this will maybe be the time where we see maybe an spy off class, if I'm hopeful, but probably just going to be a Solly sack here. They take lower lobby control, and Tay Fanel looking for the bomb, but can't really find anything, just deciding to go behind, be a bit of a nuisance, bring some players back.
Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna be a bit of a distraction. I don't know, we do see, we see Tachyon actually on Spy right now. I don't know if he was spotted out by that blue soldier
he was.
behind. He was? Oh, that's so unfortunate. Doesn't look like he has an opportunity to go back and swap off, but that's okay as he begins to make his way into lobby. He's just looking for a way to get in and see what he can get done. As he finally actually cloaks through main and is going to start setting up with his team, but of course we do see Deft on Pyro, ready to catch what he can, as actually we see TJ going down to the spoon.
You'd love to see it as Tachyon gets caught by Deft. Really doesn't matter of time. Once they know there's a spy, the instant switch to pyro. Kind of know your spy's not getting anything done at that point. But maybe we see Tachyon go on sniper. You know, he's feeling the off classes. Maybe he wants to try something else out. Maybe another meme spoon attempt coming in.
Perhaps, but no. It looks like Tachyon's just gonna go back to scout, and we're gonna see pretty standard hold coming out from this C'est La Vie team. This fan club, on the other hand, is just currently vibing on their lust. They have a sniper of their own, so we're gonna have to see if anyone can peek the sightline or if they can make anything work with their own sniper. He does actually swap off and is checking off classes himself, so we're gonna slow down for a few more minutes. Maybe we'll see a double sack come in soon, as we see a soldier trying to get in through river, but getting hard denied by the pyro. Not much he can do, as he ends up going down to a rocket. Very unfortunate for him. As now we do see the red team holding pretty steadily in river and lobby, not letting anything get onto their medic, as the medic actually backs out a shutter, so as to not get forced, which is pretty great.
You know what? That's amazing.
Yeah. Looks like we see one person actually already asking if they're just going to run down the clock with how slow things have been thus far. I don't know, I mean, it's pretty interesting to see C'est La Vie not running any off classes. They've just been sacking a single soldier over and over, and not much has happened because of it, so I'm wondering if they're going to try anything new soon.
I mean, at the end of the day, C'est La Vie are the one here who has control. You know, they're the one who've pushed up. They have the advantage here. They can do what they want. If they want to just wait around and see if Taylor Swift fan club will make a mistake and lose 2 players and then they can push, you know, they're fully entitled to do that, I think. And 9-year-old girl frog goes down, trying to spam out Raw on there, so we can already see Tachyon going to point, looking for some sort of back cap, distracting, gets to Solly, getting on point, lots of cap time, they're forcing out the Uber as well.
I'm not entirely sure what forced out the Blue Medic's Uber there, as they Red Uber ends up coming in through over there. They're a bit far back when they pop, but they're managing to take it in deep, but they still have the gun to contend with. The demo gets forward and manages to take it down with the help of the soldiers as the rest bomb in and get onto point. A lot of damage on point, with a bit of cap time, but the heavy ends up coming in late and gets on point to stop the Uber, and I don't think they're going to be able to finish this off, as the demo desperately tries to finish off any damage. The red medic actually, he almost managed to get out main, but unfortunately he just wasn't able to. There was so much damage there, but they just couldn't quite convert that onto a last cap.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a misplay there from Squonk. I mean, they forced out the Uber, got it nice and early, but then they Ubered right as Taylor Swift fan club were starting to back out, so I think they wasted a good third, maybe half of their Uber just chasing down and then getting into last. So I don't think anyone on the team was particularly low, so maybe just a bit of a panic, you know, he was around the corner, couldn't see exactly where the enemy team was, and just relied on instinct to pop.
Yeah, I think that definitely could have been... It was understandable. He may have just thought they were overextending a little bit more, like you said, just wasn't too sure exactly where they may have been positioned, and just wanted to try and take... Because he knew at that point his Uber was going to be about 8 seconds longer than theirs, because he was just then popping, which was like a very solid milk coming out of him, I will say, and he did have the good positioning to like get away with that, but unfortunately they popped a little early, but they weren't able to convert the round, and that's okay. We're gonna have to see them retake lobby, as we are going right back into the even Uber situations. I believe we have Deft again just checking things on Spy, and yeah, that's about it.
I just realized there are 2 players called Deft in this game. We've got Deft Punk and Deft.
Yeah, I have no idea. I think Deft, I've been missing it because we have Deft on demo, and that's the actual player. And then we have a scout that's, scout that's named Deft Punk, but I don't think that's Deft Punk. I think that's either Connor or Dauk, and I'm not too sure which.
That would be Dauk, I believe.
Yeah, that's Dauk, yeah, because Connor is on Connor. Okay. Figuring this out, don't worry, we'll learn these players, hopefully, before the end of Gully Wash. As we see a soldier trying to sack in from River, he gets pretty denied, so he's not going to be able to super commit, but at the same time, we actually see TJ going down to his Spy, and Connor's gun finishing off that soldier that was sacking. Meaning we now have 2 down on the red side. We're going to have to see how they want to play this, and if Taylor Swift Fan Club wants to push out on this 2-player ad. They're losing time as the spawners tick down, so...
Yeah, they're really not going to get a better chance than this. If you're going to bomb straight out the spawn, can't get it. Yeah, I don't know. Going for the medic here, I don't know. Maybe I think positioning would be better. You know, get yourself out of that little door and get your team out before you try and force the Uber out, you know?
Yeah, you get a little bit more forward pressure.
There I see Tachyon going again. Gets caught out this time. 2 rockets straight away, no problem. I think they're just trying to go back to that good old strategy. They got them to Uber force last time, but I don't know. I think they're asking a lot from Tachyon here to ask him to get, you know, 60% cap time and also force the Uber every time he tries to do that play.
Yeah, it's a little bit much to put on the scout's shoulders, but hey man, he did it once, and the thing is, we never actually saw Taylor Swift fan club push out of their own last. They ended up on second a little bit, maybe peaking, but I actually don't think they ever actually went into second at all. Now that I think about it, they didn't get any cap time, so there was no real punishment coming out from them onto C'est La Vie's mistakes for the ones that they did make, as we actually do see a spy play coming in from Tachyon.
Get me on this man's cam.
Where is the man? He's already
Now,
positioned up
he's
on
going
the
to get called
barrel.
out though. They're checking
Oh yeah, the
spawn.
medic spots him.
Yeah, they were already in spawn checking for the off
He
classes.
sapped the gun though. That's kind of interesting. He sapped the gun and the gun did go down, but unfortunately with no one else really following up on that sack, not much more is gonna happen. As we even see the roamer going down on the side of C'est La Vie. I believe that is Rohan that had died. No,
That was
the other
Ron
one.
Goth, but he was very lucky to get Elmo there as well. I mean, he was pretty overextended and they had everyone coming from, but luckily just managed to catch out Elmo with that crater damage, which is pretty lucky because if Elmo didn't die there, this could have been a minor opportunity for Taylor Swift fan club to maybe try and push out.
Yeah, it is going to be a bit rough for Taylor Swift fan club. We actually are seeing 60 seconds left on the round timer. We may even just see them go in with an Uber exchange here and just see if they can get something, because at this point, if they take the Uber exchange and lose it, there's not enough time for Taylor Swift fan club to close to coast. So they may just take it back to mid, and that is going to be Taylor Swift fan club's best shot here, because I don't think they can even really successfully push out of last at this point, given they still are pretty turtled with their engineer.
Yeah, with 30 seconds left, I think you're going to see C'est La Vie trying some desperate plays. Again, Wollongong tries to get the point. They get on a lot of cap time, but they're going to lose both their solids to try and do this. So 20 seconds left. Are they going to do a quick Uber in and then maybe try and have a solid come in with the respawn? They're trying to catch it out, but their demo's too far behind. So just trying to get the gun now, and the Uber comes out as well on the side of Taylor Swift fan club, and I think the round timer is just going to go down here.
Yes, it is. As they're seeing last 3 seconds, not much is going to happen. They did get a bit of cap time, but unfortunately, I don't think they knew exactly how they wanted to capitalize off of it. We saw the demo backing up deeper into river while the scouts stood close to this medic wanting to take the Uber in. We did see the one scout fighting to the end there, but unfortunately, not too much was happening.
I don't think I've ever seen a round timer tick all the way down. That's actually insane.
That was, it's not something that happens. It's very rare. I've only seen it a couple of times, and it's not the most exciting thing when it happens. Either way, we're coming back to this next mid. We see the soldiers rolling out on floor again, with both demos taking their respective sides, trying to get some damage. Zach ends up eating a lot of early damage from the demo early, like from Daz quite early. So that's pretty nice. And yeah, we see one soldier going down on the floor. Both soldiers down, yeah. Zaka's really hurt here that they have no soldiers to capitalize off that. They're just gonna have to leave. They end up losing Daz in the meantime as well. Ooh, and oh, they almost lose Essence, but Essence manages to barely
TJ gets deft. TJ gets out. That's big, actually. Getting the demo here.
Really, yeah, that's big.
This could be a second push.
Yeah, unfortunately, Daz is still down on the side of C'est La Vie, which means it looks like they've elected that they don't want to push out, even if against no demo on the enemy team. Without their own demo, they just don't seem to have the confidence to push out, as we are now going into another stalemate on last. But this time, C'est La Vie is the one defending, and it's all in Taylor Swift fan club's hands. So let's see if they can do what the red players could not.
I mean, I know I'm a real feed scout, but I really thought, once you get that demo, your demo's on a much quicker spawn time. You could try and use that to get out.
But yeah, I think a lot of it comes down to what seems to be match nerves. They had all the time in the world to push last, and they just weren't able to do it. And then combine that with the fact Gully Wash last is just one that has a lot of back half potential. We do see a lot of pressure coming in from the blue team right now with the demo peeking balcony, having to get spammed out by the soldier, and he's being just see another soldier in river spamming down to C'est La Vie, but as the soldier finally stacks, then not able to get anything, and they managed to pick up a scout in the meantime as well. That's 2 picks for C'est La Vie. We're gonna have to see how they want to play this. Their engineer's still just playing with his gun, getting that up. As we see a roamer make his way into lobby.
I don't know where that debt was, but they catch out Connor. So now 3 down on the side of C'est La Vie, or 3 down on the side of Taylor Swift fan club. So C'est La Vie should be using this to push out. They come out upper. No attempt to push into lobby here from Taylor Swift fan club. They just want to play here. And
they're getting a lot
in
of
big door.
time. Yeah. They may have been able to refight that a bit from big door, but it looks like they elect not to, instead just give up and take their positioning on mid, as we now see a stalemate on a different point than last. exciting stuff, I gotta say.
Alright, we got 9 minutes and 45 seconds until the next mid-fight.
Alright, I'm excited. Let's go. I will say this point is drastically easier to sack into, as we already see one soldier jumping in all the way into river. That is... I'm not too sure which one. His name is Tay Fennel, but he gets in deep. He managed to get one really good shot onto the medic, and he gets the drop onto Essence. It's a clean rocket. That was a really nice rockets. Wow.
You know the meme of the guy crying with a smiley face mask? I think that's what Squonk was when he said nice shot in chat.
Yeah. That's exactly what that was. I've been there before, and I know the feeling. You have to acknowledge how good the shot was. Either way, Zaka comes in with his team, using the Uber, but they lose depth in the process, him getting taken down by the stickies of Daz. They manage to secure the middle point, but they still haven't cleaned up Daz as he finally goes down, and there's a soldier behind him, choke, bombing, and he's met with what we said earlier, Dempsey, the two scouts staring at the soldier as he bombs, and you just see the light fade from his eyes.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't get much with that Uber, but the post-Uber ended up being really good for them. And they're going to take second here. No Solis on the side of C'est La Vie to do any sort of bomb or any sort of contesting, so... I don't know, Taylor Swift fan club get another chance to redeem themselves at pushing last.
Yeah, I will say Essence is what started off as like about 20 disset. Essence has managed to build up into about only 15 disset, so I think it's pretty likely he's going to be able to get a Zuber here and help his team with this last defense. They already have the gun to work with, and if Zaka and co don't manage to start pushing soon, they are going to be losing ad, and it looks like they don't want to go too fast, I believe. Yeah, Zaka's just standing in lobby getting buffs out, so it looks like we're back to where we started with a stalemate on last. We do see soldiers spamming down the gun as best they can, but unfortunately he loses his life for it, and I don't think much is going to be exchanged, as the demo might actually go down as well. He's only 37 health in lobby, but no, he gets a bow from Zaka, and he's A-okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you have that tiny little Uberad, when the enemy team has a gun, you have to be really wary because, your Uberad can get away from you so quick when you have to spend time shooting a gun and just get time getting spammed by the gun. It's really easy to just let the enemy team get that Uberad to a full Uber. Or Uber disat even.
It is definitely tricky and understandable, especially when they would always rather be playing the safer game. We see again the roamer from the blue team sacking in, which I believe is alt that went
sacking in on a sniper?
Oh, was he on sniper? I missed that. That's my bad. He must have just gone for a shot and gotten spammed out. And he is no longer sniping, going back to the soldier class. And yeah, we're...
Pretty disappointing, but Tay on Pyro. Ooh. Are we finally going to see the Pyro airblast everyone off point BM play?
He is walking towards river. That might just be it. The gun doesn't entirely watch point, so he has a lot of room to work with. He gets across, and I think he is spotted. I believe his team knows that the scout actually positions on top of point to help deny him. We see that he's putting stickies on the point, trying to help his players get on. There's a lot of stickies on point. The scout could potentially play it. No, he ends up trying to get out river, and he does with Daz missing the dead onto him. But we are now seeing Taylor Swift fan club that are down 2. As we actually see C'est La Vie pushing out of their own last. They managed to bomb a soldier and trying to get a sack, but the scout doesn't commit, knowing that it's not going to be a favorable fight for him, so he backs up, and they only lose their soldier in Yachty.
I think it was a little overzealous from Tay there. I mean, straight onto point as Pyro, just start air blasting everything in front of you. You really got to wait. Maybe have a Solly kind of try and bomb point. I know the sentry denies that. Wulong Goth's been trying that the last few rounds, but every time he tries to bomb point, he gets spammed off by the sentry. But, I think maybe a bit of a panic, kind of just go as quick as you can kind of play there. As soon as they get spotted getting into river, they want to do the play as fast as they can, but at the expense of team play and chemistry.
Right, yeah. We do see a sniper now coming out from... I believe that is Dauk again, as he's trying to find an angle, peeking balcony, peeking lower main. Isn't able to find too much as he's now beginning to rotate towards river. We're gonna have to see what he's able to do. We see actually, I believe, one scout getting on point, trying to bait them away and get them into sight lines for his sniper, but they don't take the bait. The medic's actually backing up towards the sniper sight line, but he doesn't quite get it. As Connor goes down, we're going to be seeing Dauk back up. There are no scouts on the side of blue, so it's gonna be interesting how Red may want to take this.
Yeah, I mean, once you have a sniper, if a player goes down, you kind of need to immediately back out. There's no way you're holding if they try and push in. And Daug is still looking for a frag, but TJ's behind him. Trying to get out main. Misses the shot on TJ. Now he spots out the medic looking for the shot. Oh, just about misses it, but good attempt. good awareness at knowing where the sightline is and how to get there, and knowing all these angles. But still searching for something. Spots out the med through the window again, and thinking about doing a river play. So you'll probably see him jump up on this little bar here.
Yeah, right now he's
Taking
just
it
trying
slow.
to take pop shots at anything he can. He's actually getting a lot of room in river. We do actually see Essence team not really supporting. He's going all the way to the point trying to get that sight line. He's not spotted out yet. He's just waiting for the perfect moment to try and get the medic in. He gets that on. Damn. Excuse my language here,
I've never seen that sight line before, but
yeah, that's an interesting sight line, I will say. And
Doubt's out here trying to innovate.
Yeah, we love to see it as we see the blue medic entering wood with this team as they're just trying to retake lobby. They know that their sniper's spawn's going to be coming up again as he actually spawns on scout. Dauk deciding that he no longer wants to play the sniper class, wasn't feeling it, so he's back on his first class and is seeing what he can get done. TJ checking for off classes, he's going to see that, oh no, they don't have a sniper, and is going to go back to the scout class.
And we're 5 minutes away from the round timer again. I don't want to jinx it, but Elma goes down anyway, so maybe something to be had here as Tay goes in, gets Rohan, but yeah, oh, Tay-Tay's in, and so's Connor. They're looking trying to get on point. Connor's getting spammed up by a scout though. 3 down for side of Taylor Swift fan club here, so this should be an easy push out for C'est La Vie. They have a gun still. They don't want to switch off the gun. I think maybe a bit of a misplay. You want to switch off the gun. There they are. Just have a solid watches. We all got bombs in for the med. Hits one rocket.
Ooh, those were some
Can't
good
hit the
rockets,
second one.
Yeah, the medic just got out of there, and there wasn't too much he could do about that. Zaka still sitting only at 50 HP, but with no more forward pressure, he should be sitting pretty comfortably to hold a Zuper. We do see that the Red Soldier's still down, but it'll be spawning soon as TJ begins to check off classes yet again. Yeah, I will say Tachyon not getting off of Engineer really did stifle any chance they ended up pushing, as we actually see an exchange coming in from the blue teams. They get a lot of damage onto Essence before he finally has to pop, but they're getting some cap time. They all drop down to point to meet him, but they are able to block cap, and they're finally starting to just clean everything up en masse. We see the entirety of Taylor Swift fan club backing all the way out as they begin to sit on second, with the Demo and Medic just trying to stick off shoulder and the Soldier holding upper river. But because Daz and Rohan are both dead, we're going to see a bit of peeking coming out of Taylor Swift fan club, or C'est La Vie rather. They're just going to see what's out there, and it looks like they're going to elect to go back to their own last. Which is a bit unfortunate, but it was a pretty good exchange. I like seeing the dynamic play coming in.
Yeah, it was dangerous from C'est La Vie there. They did the classic, there's one person on point, so let's drop our whole combo to fight it. And they all clumped up on point, but luckily they had the awareness, we need to get off point. Because if they all stayed on point while they're uber faded, it could have been an easy Sully or Demo bomb just to clean them all up and win the round.
Yeah, that is true. But unfortunately, we are right back where we started. Wait, actually, Zach is forced at some point, I think. He's only sitting at about 50% Uber, and we have Essence sitting at full ad.
I think
he's on crits.
Essence maybe.
Crits. He went back to his own spawn and swapped to crits. They're going to be trying to do a crits play, which is going to be interesting with the gun up from Connor. Or Tachyon, rather. I'm wondering how they're going to try and make this work. By the way, we're going to have to keep all eyes on, I believe, Deft here as they try and make this crits play work. Deft looks like he's just trying to have his team spot and figure out where he wants to go. So he begins to take the crits in from balcony. The crits comes in, he finds TJ, but the red Uber gets popped. As now we see some Captain getting started on point. All the red players are going to point to block it. The blue team is out entirely. They're not going to find anything, and they have 2 picks to work with. Now they have to work with the gun. They have to try and spam it down with Soldier spamming from river and a Demo spamming from balcony, I believe. And yes, the gun does go down, and we see more Captain coming in from the Scout. The Scout is doing such a good job at baiting everyone off point as Soldier bombs, and both Soldiers bombing out of the point. There's so much Captain. The entirety of the red team collapses on point. They manages to clean up the players that are threatening their last, and it looks like the blue team is going to be backing up.
Yeah, that could have been big there from Deft, but he died during the crits, the Uber exchange, and he just wasn't there to spam everyone once everyone from C'est La Vie stood up on the point there. We're going to see a push out. Zaka a little deep in lobby here, but doesn't get caught out as they stack up point. catch out Dowg as well. I think trying to go for a bit of a back cap.
We are seeing the crits
Tay
coming in from Big Door. The Red Medic is actually all the way at their choke. They're gonna have to clean up anyone they can, but the crits doesn't find any players. They managed to find Takeon at the very last second. Essence is gonna be coming up with his own Uber very soon. He comes in through their own choke, pushing them out as they begin to walk across point. One soldier bombs in with one rocket off onto Essence, but isn't able to finish the job. Essence now sitting comfortably on his Uber at 150. They're going to be trying to take this Uber into them on the blue second.
Yeah, I mean, maybe a bit of a panic crits used there. You know, they really just felt they needed to get something done fast. And at the end of the day, they're only able to get Tachyon. And C'est la vie here, going to take second point again without much trouble. So we're back up to a 9.5 minute round timer. So we were getting dangerously close. There's another crits comes out on Tay this time, but forces the Uber, but goes down for it. You know, and Zakas is going to be stuck here and trying to get this Uber as fast as he can, but the crits ad will be big here actually now that the Ubers have both been reset.
Yeah, but it looks like even before Ubers get on, we see TJ getting on the point, trying to get some cap time before Ubers even come up. He gets it going down alongside his soldier. So it is just going to be even Ubers with some slight ad for Essence as they hold back on Upper River.
Zao's behind. He's on Squonk. He's on Essence.
Oh, he is? He is on
Misses
Essence.
he hits the first shot but can't follow it up, but they can use this to pressure them out a bit. Deciding better of it, a player down maybe. Deft's still looking like he wants to try something, but they're going to be heading in here with this slight Uber ad. Probably nothing to be done with it, but...
Yeah, they managed to take it into Shutter pretty cleanly, but unfortunately by now Zaka has his own Uber and he pops it on to save his players, and it's just going to be a mulch at Shutter. As the red Uber tries to get out, they manage to escape through Shutter, but now we're seeing some point time being taken by Takeon. He ends up being taken down, as now the rest of the red team is trying to get out. With the loss of Takeon and Daz, they're not going to want to try and continue taking this fight.
Looks like both soldiers want to stay up here and try and bomb the medic if they can, but Dowg is just too intimidating.
Yeah, I mean, scout class, what can you do? You really don't want to contest the scout class with heals. It's a little spooky. They end up getting out choked. The health on red isn't looking too hot, but that's okay. We're entering about 4 minutes left in the half with 9 minutes full time on the round timer. Have to see how Taylor Swift Fan Club and C'est La Vie want to play this now. C'est La Vie holding their own second, just trying to build up their Uber. Even Ubers currently, and C'est La Vie's rather on mid, it seems. Yeah, it's just going to be another stalemate. Both teams from the standard setup.
How is there already only 4 minutes left? Oh my god.
Yeah, we've had about at least 10 minutes of just getting to see people hold last. Either way, we see them trying to push into Big Door. Once that actually makes it all the way through, tries to get some space onto Zaka. Zaka hitting a good surf on the rocket that the soldier got off on him and doesn't end up popping. And that's 2 picks. 3 picks actually with Daz going down. We're not going to see Taylor Swift Fan Club walking in through choke, taking all the space that's being granted to them. The med actually is going to have to force. We're going to have to see if, Zaka milks it for a very long time, ends up dropping Dowk, but he's going to have a much longer Uber in return. They're going to be able to catch at least the scout out and choke, and yeah, it looks like that's all they're going to be able to get with their Uber. Yeah, dropping Dowk there is pretty unfortunate, but it looks like they got separated on different types of different sides of the points, so...
Actually, I think Dowg actually just ate a meat shot for his medic.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know what TJ was doing. He was leaving choke fully fine with his medic and then decided, nah, I'm gonna go banana. And gets caught out for it.
I think he was trying to distract the Uber because he knew that if he went choke with his medic, the Uber would follow his medic in to their choke and had a potential to kill him, but if he went elbow, that threatens the flank enough that the combo has to kill him instead of his medic. So I think that's a pretty smart play by TJ. Good idea to try and draw them back. Either he's able to get a flank play and clean up on them if they commit through choke, or he just draws them away from his team. Either way, we're back up on the Ubers. With this time Taylor Swift Fan Club holding mid and C'est La Vie actually on their own second. So we're going to have to see how this time Taylor Swift Fan Club wants to sack.
Tay-Tay's behind though, he's in lobby fighting Rohan. Looks like he's going to get pushed out here though, so nothing to be done, but the whole team for Taylor Swift Fan Club kind of stuck up in Big Door here. Connor's going for a big 1v3 in lobby. Can't win that.
Yeah,
and we're back on mid.
Yeah, one soldier actually has a nice skip jump through, isn't able to land on the medic. He's now playing below point, getting looked at by soldiers, and there he gets taken down. As the red combo does try and pressure choke a bit, they're a little late, and not much is going to be exchanged. We may see another sack coming in from Taylor Swift Fan Club very soon. As it looks
Yeah.
like we see the flank trying to position in big door, taking their heals there. We see one scout getting behind in lobby. Looks like he's going pretty deep, peeking in through the shutter right now, seeing what he can get, and he sees a lot of opportunities. He's going for the demo, isn't able to quite finish him off, with the red medic getting forced at the same time. One soldier came through choke very cleanly, and is able to get the force out onto Essence, it seems. Now, Blue sitting at full Uber out, they're just sitting in choke, waiting to see how they want to take this. Not too sure what they want to do quite yet. I think they're waiting for a little bit longer for their spawns as they now come in with their demo and scout, get in pretty cleanly and manage to use through. However, the entirety of the enemy team is completely out, but no cap was actually exchanged.
That's a dangerous Uber, actually. I would have thought that Taylor Swift fan club would just sit on second. You know, there's a minute left. Just, you know, chill on second, get your bearings, and let it go to golden cap if you have to. You know, with using that Uber, they got mid back, but they're at about a 40% Uber disad here, and no, they're going to get this with maybe 40 seconds. They're all going through drop down. Wow, coming into point, all going to collapse here.
The entire, yeah, that was such a good play. They had a roamer peek through big door, and that distracted the entirety of the blue combo, and the blue combo just fell onto the ground, and they got mulched because of it. We do see a back cap coming in from the scouts, and they get cleaned up. Actually, no, we still have one of the scouts sitting comfortably on second. They're trying to play it forward, but they can't get the caps. Wow. Yeah, no,
that Uber into mid with the Uber Desad, and now with 2 players behind, they could roll this straight into last. 15 seconds left. They're going to get this cap, but they need to get straight into last. They can't waste their time. Uber comes in, Pyro to stuff the Uber. TJ needs to get on point right now. He can't spend more time. They need to all just stack point here. They don't have the time. Oh.
Yeah, Blue is showing bodies at the point there. There was no way they were going to be able to get cap time just with the constant stream of Blue players sitting on point to deny cap time from building up. And that's going to be a 0-0 half on Gully Wash.
Longer.
And they weren't done waiting quite yet, so gotta leave us in suspense, you know, give us more time to ponder on what we're going to see in this exciting game of CP_Gully Wash.
No, it's fine. You just played 30 minutes of Gully Wash, but you still got to, you know, figure out, give a quick map talk.
You gotta make sure you know all the callouts, make sure that you know where your soldiers need to be holding. Just set up everything, and that way you can get the map. As we actually are now starting. Team's ready up. We're going to be going into the first mid of the Golden Cap on CP Gully West with the scoreline of 0-0. Why don't you take this mid, Dempsey? I think I took the last one, even though that was only the second mid.
It's fine. So yeah, same thing as always, you know, just going pretty standard. Deft actually coming through big door this time, looking for aggressive side push. Both always quick bomb onto Essence. Hits the first rocket, can't hit the second one, it goes down. A lot of frags in the favour of C'est La Vie here. They're a player up and Zaka is low. Connor is stuck behind. Coming back in now. Demo gets disconnected in big door. Connor goes down. Zaka should die here as well. Yes, TJ dies to do some damage, but at the end of the day, that's totally worth it. Deft has to back all the way out to last. This is an easy mid and easy second point as well here for C'est La Vie.
Yeah, we actually saw, like we were talking about, the aggression did come out of Taylor Swift fan club. They all tried to go the enemy team's side, but unfortunately we saw a quick rotation from Essence in order to avoid the soldier aggression, which just made it that much harder for I believe Rohan to find the pick onto him. And yeah, as we see now, that does actually, because, and also combined with that, we saw Zaka wasn't able to get onto his team's side because they were all committing onto the red choke. They just couldn't quite get through, as we do see the Uber ad. They're setting up for a push, it looks like, through Shutter. Yeah, it looks like they're all just getting their buffs out, ready to push. They still have the gun of Deft Punk to contend with, and Connor's Pyro, which Deft Punk being doused. They end up using through Shutter, with both scouts actually using that to take down the gun. We see Connor go down as well as the sentry. The soldiers end up bombing in, and we see a lot of cleanup coming in from soldiers as they come in. And Demo and Medic, they try to get out of slump, but they just get mulched by the bomb. And I believe Rohan, as well as the sticky from Dads, that's going to be around. Luckily, it's a pretty quick golden cap, and yeah, it's going to be this map for C'est La Vie. On time to dwindle down. So it's not played quite as much, but it'll be nice to see if it is. As we actually are already going into this next map with Cost Product being played, and yeah, we're gonna have to see how both teams decide to take it. Whose cam do we want to be on for this mid, Dempsey?
It's gotta be Deft. I don't know why, but it's gotta be.
I'm looking forward to Daz, I'll be honest. We see both teams starting off. Daz getting some good stickies onto Deft, but taking some damage in exchange himself. Both soldiers from Red actually bomb in, and they get taken down rather quickly. Aren't able to get, but they get Deft. Oh, that was such a good rocket from Rohan.
I'm so glad I was on the Deft cam.
Yeah, we're seeing scouts just trying to clean up damage as they can. One soldier sitting on Pride, just getting some spam, getting a buff from his medic as the soldiers finally bomb forward, cleaning up on damage, gets a lot of damage onto the scout. And yeah, it's just gonna be Essence and TJ as they try and make their escape.
Yeah, I mean, Deft saw two Sullies bombing him, and he was yelling he needs help, but not for him. Immediately double pipes both the Sullies out in the air. What a Chad.
That one was pretty bad. Who needs scouts when you can just double pipe all the soldiers? It was pretty solid. Either way, we're sitting on even Ubers as we're going to be going into this next exchange.
Yeah, you know, Essence moving across with the scout speed. It's a single scout trade, so they're just going to use this to get out the Uber and then leave. TJ staying a bit late, maybe. Nope.
TJ actually forced a few flashes so that the blue Uber wasn't that much better. He's now trying to take space, but has to deny his soldier as we see both soldiers from red trying to bomb in and get onto Zaka, but they aren't able to find much as Connor manages to clean them both up. Daz tries to go forward and convert whatever he can, but alas, he's going to lose his own life as now the scouts and medic on red are going to be trying to escape. TJ going in for a single play, but isn't able to find much as his medic gets out, escorted by Tachyon. That was a pretty interesting exchange. I think TJ played that rather well, but unfortunately both soldiers bombing in, they just get insta-mulched. You're seeing a lot of really good work coming out from Connor and Dauk to deny them and just make it so that they land and they're just dead. You know, it's that soldier sad zone we were talking about earlier.
Product is one of those maps where I think with Soldier you almost want to just bomb behind people and just spam from behind because it's really distracting. Keeps people on their toes and your scouts can get more room with it. When you just try and land on people, you always run the risk of just kind of having a scout laser you down. As Tachyon tries to get some cap time going, TJ switches in, tags himself in. Lets Tachyon grab some heals, chill. But Taylor Swift fan club are doing a good job of kind of not holding point and then exploding onto point to kind of do a lot of burst damage and pressure whoever off. Elbow really low, goes down, TJ gets dropped. Daz.
Yeah, it's gonna give a much later to Zaka as he flashes in almost all of his players. They managed to find Daz because of it, meaning that's gonna completely stifle the push for C'est La Vie. They're not gonna be able to do much without their demo Daz. Now we're gonna see the entirety of Zaka and Co standing on point. We see Def trying to walk forward with the assist of his medic. But yeah, it looks like we're going to be waiting for Daz to reconnect with his heals for the next push to come in. No Ubers to be exchanged this time, so I'm wondering if we're to see more aggression coming out. As yeah, we actually see one soldier bombing behind. He manages to land on Pride and get a bit of distraction done as his buddy Rohan comes in and finds the pick onto Zaka. Connor getting exchanged into the meantime because of the scout from Tachyon. And yeah, with Zaka being dead, it looks like Essence and Co just want to get out with their Uber ad. However, the clock isn't going to permit that with only 20 seconds being left for Taylor Swift fan club.
So they're going to be able to get this Uber, but it's going to be really tight, and you have to question whether they want to use it at all. So they're just trying to get point here without using it. As Daug is still in. Daug looks like he wants to block this. He's straight in, trying to force the Uber, but they don't have it yet. Tay fan lands on Essence, and wow, big drop.
Yeah, he jiggled us right against the wall and got the final rocket off. Essence, I think, trusting his team to clean him up, but they just weren't quite fast enough. That's going to be huge for Taylor Swift fan club. They only have 3 seconds left on the clock, and now sitting at what's probably going to be about 70% Uber ad. They have all the time in the world to work with and make this work. In fact, they may not even have to use the take it because Essence is only now reconnecting with his team, and their heals aren't looking too good. Tachyon even going down early, trying to take an early fight, and yeah, the soldiers go down as well. TJ is down. That's probably going to be the round right there with no one left to recontest on the side of C'est La Vie. The point flip happens, and yeah, everyone gets cleaned up. Unfortunately, it's just going to be the first round in favor of Taylor Swift fan club. Unfortunate for C'est La Vie with Essence's drop there. That had to be the kind of Uber where you don't drop it or you didn't even have to pop it, really. I understand the need to milk there. He wanted to make sure he could see a carrot, but unfortunately, he ends up dropping it. As we move on to this next mid fight, we see both of them exchanging damage with both red soldiers bombing it onto the medic yet again. He hits a really good surf, but he ends up getting splashed by, I think that's all powers? I'm not too sure, but okay, yeah.
The meme spoon on Tachyon. You want to talk about Tachyon being a faster than light particle? Fucking Tay flew out of the atmosphere faster than light and landed on that man.
There's no way you can react to it. The meme spoon in hand. It's gonna be a quick takedown. Yeah, Zaka, it was Yachty who was it that hit the pretty good splash rocket onto Zaka as he surfed onto China. But now, Essence sitting on his own cliff with full Uber, just getting ready for the formats that are going to come. But instead of formatting, they're actually playing their heels rather close and just getting a lot of cap time, which is going to force Essence off a cliff as he surfs all the way back from a rocket and playing on his own cliff, sitting at 50 health, but his team is doing a really good job of cleaning up points. That however, being a bit forward is going to be able to help support his team, prevent a few of them from dying, as Deft and Dauk both get out alongside Zaka. They're still at 50 disad, which is going to be interesting to see how they want to either take another round of Saxon, or if they're going to want to go ahead and wait a few more seconds for the Ubers to even out and take the even Uber fight.
Yeah, I mean, they maybe want to do this, maybe want to bomb a Sully, they have enough time. It's 2 minutes down on the clock, so it looks like they just want to come in here and trade when they get it. They're moving their demo and a scout up, kind of just waiting for the Uber to be available. Tay gets spammed out with some nice rockets to juggle him. Early Uber, maybe trying to catch him without Uber out, but they catch him out. Rohan goes down as Sayla VIE will have to push out a bit. Gets nice cap time for Taylor Swift fan club, and a soldier behind Wulangoth on Zaka. Oh, he gets out with 3 HP.
Yeah,
Essence goes down.
In the meantime, we did see, I don't remember, I think it was either Elmo or Alt. They managed to bomb in onto Essence there and find him while his team was cleaning up frags. He went in through connector uncontested, got a couple clean rockets off of him, and that was it for Essence. Zaka living with 3 HP, on the other hand, just is going to give him a very solid 60% or 40% rather Uber as. It's going to be an off-Uber fight for the meantime. We may see them transition into a 4-man in the middle of push, but right now it looks like they just want to try and get cap time. Daz actually managed to find Connor with some good stickies, and we see Zaka trying to run forward with the team, but he doesn't have quite yet. His players are very hurt all around him, and he's trying to escape now, preserving his own Uber charge as they are now just managing to get out with their lives. And that's going to be a retake. They're waiting for their spawners, and yeah, they retake the point, but they still have Zaka's Uber to contend with. Zaka just not coming up on it, and Essence only sitting at about 75%.
The thing I love about Product, you got these kind of short pauses and then these big explosive pushes, and I think that's what we're about to see as Zaka comes in. Big bomb from Rohan all the way behind, going to be trying to distract, but having none of it. Blue team's just walking in, trading out to Uber, but they drop Deft in the process.
Yeah, I think it was Zaka wanted to take that super deep, but Deft couldn't quite keep up, so when they tried to come back for him, Deft was called out. Zaka even goes down in the post to Yachty, and 3 are down on the side of red, so it looks like Blue's going to be able to convert the cap, but they lost their medic for it, so they're going to be sitting at about 25% Uber disad, and their heals are still down. So we're seeing some red players peeking forward a bit, mainly Daz, trying to get some sticky spam on whoever he can, as the entirety of his team begins to walk forward. It's actually going to be about 40% of that. It took Zaka a bit of time to meet up with his players, as we see, I believe, TJ beginning to edge the cap time.
Yeah, there's just no one to really spam here. Deft's reloading, bit low, getting some heals right now, so TJ getting on cap here again. Just trying to get this time as far as he can without getting spammed too hard. Elmo moving up through connector. Might be able to catch TJ out here, misses the first rocket, can't hit it. As Rohan as well pushing the flank, misses the air shot on Elmo. Goes back for his health pack, but nice cap time here, Sayla VIE are really getting the cap time, playing this really smart, not going too far forward. Rohan does end up going down though, but they should still be able to get the cap here. They deny TJ or Rohan spawn, add another 6 seconds to it.
That's going to make this holding fight pretty tricky, but however, they do have the Ubers to exchange if they need to, as we're going to be seeing Taylor Swift fan club walk up their own slope, being led by the scout of Connor. They finally end up, or rather it's Dauk, as they end up exchanging, we see us is having to flash a couple players. They're trying to take some space behind them, and they end up dropping Daft again! Zaka, no!
Zaka was getting body blocked actually, so he couldn't get the Daft in time.
Yeah, it was so unfortunate. I think every situation Deft has been dropped in, it was just slightly out of Zaka's control, making it really rough on the poor guy, but unfortunately without Deft, it's going to make it a lot harder for them to recontest. They do have the benefit of Rohan also being down on the other side, having a very long spawn, but I don't know, they still have to be able to fight this without their demo, and yes, he just arrives at the very end of the fight. They have to cap the point now with 0 seconds being on the time for red. They end up losing 3. Deft, Zaka, Dauk, and the soldiers are all going down, with Connor being the only one left alive, and he isn't able to do much by himself. That's going to be the round, I believe, for Sayla VIE.
Tay trying to come in the last second there with the meme spoon, but just a little second too late.
Just a little bit of pizzazz on the other round, just wasn't able to get it, which is unfortunate. Yeah, that was a great showing after what we saw the first round. It's nice to see how they turned it around. They didn't let the momentum get to them. As we see, both teams getting to mid. Dad's actually arriving a good bit earlier, able to take more space. However, Daz has more health to work with. Being tanked by his medic, he's sitting at 260 compared to Daz, who only arrived at about 113. We see Def using his health advantage to walk forward and get a lot of spam on this left side. We see the soldiers on red are trying to deny him back, and TJ's able to actually go back and kill the soldier that bombed behind them. We see Def walking forward, getting a lot of spam onto the red slope, but he's getting pretty pressured back himself, and his team just isn't able to quite capitalize on the damage he was getting. And that's going to be a blue cap coming off the hands of Def's damage. Yeah, it looks like the entirety of red actually backed up, and now they're just trying to refight.
Oh, Wulong goes down. Sailavi aren't happy to leave this up. They want to fight this, even though they don't have Uber just yet. They're bringing it in. And they're forcing Taylor Swift fan club all the way out, back to Cliff. So it's going to be an easy little recap here as they wait for Wulong got the spawn. But even Uber's here, so I wonder if we're going to see how quickly we're going to see Taylor Swift fan club bring this back in. Because they have three minutes to work with, so they could take it slow or they could go straight away. And it looks like they want to come for this trade immediately. Zaka gets juggled, so has to use right away. Uber comes out on Daz. Some flashes though. No, Def's out. He's learned.
He's learned his lesson after the first 3 times. He got out of there, and now he's able to refight with this team. However, they're missing a soldier, which is going to make it that much harder. But Zaka hitting some really clean arrows onto his teammates, able to keep Deft up there. As they're down a scout and Connor as well as kills one of their soldiers. It's going to be hard to retake this. The entirety of the red team is sitting forward on point, denying any of the chokes from them to be able to walk through. Meaning it's just going to be another stalemate for a bit, leading into a push coming from the blue team while Tachyon is still down. Def ends up getting spammed pretty hard. He isn't able to get heals in time, but he's traded off for both.
Big bomb from Tete.
Yeah, and Yachty. That was a really good bomb from
An elbow big bomb.
Oh man, then we see Squonka getting out now. I think just living with his supercharge alongside Tachyon, but we saw a clean retake. Yeah, I was a bit worried when I saw Def go down that early there, but it was great to see how his team was able to convert by getting those 2 quick picks coming from Elmo and I believe it was Connor.
Sorry, I have to badmouth my NGM from my Highlander team who's shit talking me in Twitch chat.
Oh, this is so. Yeah, you can't have that, I guess. But
Def, okay, Def gets saved this time. Almost gets dropped again.
That's good, that's good. That's what we like to see this time. Def's able to do something with the Uber, which is good, as now he's trying to reposition with his team. However, he's sticking off and completely separated from his metas. He's playing on concrete. He ends up getting bombed. It's a nice surf away, but both soldiers are on him. He's able to double clip both of them like he did initially. And him alongside 3 of his teammates end up going down. Zaka is currently alive, and Elmo is trying to do what he can, but ends up having to bomb out all the way onto China. He's getting hard chased. He sees Essence forward. He gets some rest, gets onto Essence, and he is able to find it. TJ finding Zaka at the last second, chasing all the way to spawn, but in the meantime, leaving his medic alone. His medic is forced to defend for himself against Elmo, and Elmo ends up finding the frag, so both medics are now down. And the red cap finally comes in. They delayed a bit for Essence, and now they're sitting pretty comfortably at a decently even time, so only about a 20-second ad for the blue team. As we're not going to get into the fight.
TJ's been in some nuts shots, if I do say so myself.
Oh yeah, TJ is like a very solid scout. He has really good DM, taking a lot of control on rock and everything. Doing a really good job denying soldiers off of his medic. He goes back and manages to find Elmo, but unfortunately the damage is already done to Essence, and now Essence can't commit in the fight. The rest of his team ended up dying to other players forward. Mainly his soldiers were bombing in. He wasn't able to help them follow up, and because Essence was passive, just not much was able to be done. As the cap flops yet again, this time in favor of Taylor Swift Fan Club. Some good damage.
Big pipes are coming out from Daz, yeah.
Yeah, I think both demos have been doing a pretty good amount of damage on both ends.
Daz is just gagging for it. Just look how twitchy he is. He's just constantly trying to move up, kind of ADing, seeing where he can go. He just really doesn't want to stay still and waste any time here. TJ again trying to do the good old point pressure. Nothing come out again. Daz just really looks like he wants to walk up dog bread here and just push in, and he's on point. Uber comes out. Daz going to get dropped this time. No, saved by Essence. Only one person though in the Uber here, so they're going to have some nice blue Uber post Uber here. As the soldier bombs in, Wulong can't get Zaka. They're going to be able to keep point here.
I do want to say, I think it was Rohan who went forward. He got a nice bomb onto Essence, but Essence surfed all the way up onto his China. Was able to barely live. So was able to keep the Uber even for his team. Really good work by him, as we're going to see his team be able to refight immediately off of his living there. He's getting the heals forward as they begin to walk up slow. Some stickies coming out from Daz, trying to soften up whatever players he can. to keep an eye on the red soldiers and see how they want to play this. Currently, we do see, I believe it's Rohan just sitting on cliff, trying to deny the soldier that bomb forward. Tay Fanel going down alongside Dow. It's only 5 seconds left on the cap for blue. It looks like they just want to back up now. They know they have the time advantage and they know they can work with it, so all they have to do right now is not lose their medic, and that they do. With Connor and Deft rather, all safely getting back to spawn.
Poor Elmo went for a bomb, got sandwiched between 2 scouts and didn't hit the ground.
The slow-mo time slows down like light fades from his eyes. And Zaka drops a grab from Daz! That's gotta be rough. All they had to do was retake, but now it looks like they're just selling out for Essence. They get a lot of damage on him. He's only at 10 health, and yeah,
what
he's
a cap time!
having to pop his Uber.
Look at this cap time!
Yeah, no. This is incredibly rough because the spawns are so in favor of Taylor Swift fan club here. They're just gonna go in for the refight. We actually see Connor.
Out in on Daz. He gets it. He gets a solid 2.
He gets both Yachty and Daz.
TJ in the skybox. He can't fight it.
Oh my gosh! Wow. That was crazy by Dow. He managed to like nearly finish off the cap, get 2 picks, and make room for his respawn. It's just come in and cap the point because by then the rest of the red team just didn't have the health to contest him. Super good from Dow as we again come up to mid. Again, Daz a little bit less healthy and is able to get a bit more forward, but not much is going to be done off of that early damage. As we do see Deft walking forward, turning the damage off on his own. As the soldiers bomb in, they get 1 rocket off onto Deft, and he manages to surf away, hitting a lot of really good throws, and both soldiers are taken down. However, Zach and Deft are both hurt. It's going to be a bit before they can commit with their team. However, they have so much space to work with. It looks like Daz is trying to retake that space, but isn't able as they begin to get forced out by the stickies from Deft. A bit of cap time now being gained for Taylor Swift fan club as they are just trying to take any position they can, but TJ comes in and puts Connor into the grave, just getting a couple clean shots onto him. Deft getting taken down as well. That's going to probably be a point swap. Both medics are going to be coming in on Uber soon, so we should expect a bit of an Uber change coming in.
Yeah, the Uber gets forced out there with Dow on really low HP. They trade it, they drop Elmo though, so they just need to get out here. But Taylor Swift fan club really, or C'est La Vie really want to chase them all the way back to spawn. Daz almost gets caught by these spam rockets, so low for everyone here. He gets Zaka? I have no idea where that sticky went, but...
I'm not too sure either. I'm guessing it might have just sailed over cliff and found Zaka in the corner there. Essence playing pretty passive right now, trying to preserve his own life as the rest of the blue team tries to sack in for him. They're doing a pretty good job of cleaning everyone up though, as now it's only Deft and Zaka, and Deft has to play with his med to ensure that they're building. Essence sitting at about 50% Uber at 55%, and yeah, now it's just going to be all in their hands on how they want to four-man this.
It was great on mid when Deft got bombed by a Sully. He didn't even turn to look. He just surfed the rocket and said, "My scouts have got this. I can keep shooting at the enemy combo."
Yeah, no, I will say everything we've seen from Deft so far in dealing with soldiers has been really Chad, I won't lie. Doesn't even look at them when they're bombing him. He'll two-pipe them if he needs to, but he's doing great with it all.
Yeah, Daz goes down, so this should be pretty easy cap here. Just force him out. Uber trade comes out. No Uber here for Zaka just yet. Zaka gets so low, 7 HP.
Health. Oh, he manages to slip out on the skin of his teeth. That's insane. The entirety of the blue team is actually very, very low health, and they're going to end up dropping a few players for it. But because they're currently the attacking team, they have time to get their spawners up, and they have full Uber out to work with. We see the demo walking forward, Death trying to take some space alongside his scout. Zaka speeding up pipe, but he doesn't want to use quite yet. He ends up having to pop the soldier bombing him. I believe that was Yachty, yeah. Yachty getting a good force there as the Uber's not going to get much else. They're going to try and convert the cap here, but they're still just going to be sitting at not the best health. Elmo needing an arrow, getting that, and now it's going to be on C'est La Vie to repush up slope. They're going to be coming in on Uber shortly, sitting at about 80% right now. Just peeking and seeing what they can do. TG eating a lot of damage from Def. Def hitting some really good pipes on the slope here. And it looks like they're going to have to slow down and heal up, but the longer they take, the better it's really going to be for Taylor Swift fan club. They're just going to try and make this fight as slow as possible and try and get that Uber out.
Yeah, Deft is just relentless, never stops spamming these scouts. Both scouts trying to fight the point here. Tay going all the way behind, bringing back Tachyon. Uber comes out, Daz bombs in, gets the demo. Gets a scout and a medic, excuse me. Big plays there from Daz with the bomb.
That was a really good... He took down the scout of Dauk so quickly, and that just left Zaka defenseless. There wasn't much he was going to be able to do with the demo in his face, and Daz knew that, took him out, just went back to point. And it was all a matter of cleanup from there, and they have a pretty secure, little 20% ad. It looks like they're trying to forward hold a little bit now. They call it off. They know that they are in a really good position to do so. The way we see Taylor Swift fan club coming up slope yet again, trying to see what spam they can get, but the scouts on red are doing a great job denying soldiers. One soldier bombs behind and deep, and the entirety of red is trying to back up. It doesn't look like they want to commit forward or back, but now they have to contend with that soldier who's sitting on their China to deal with. In the meantime,
Zaki gets taken down by Tachyon. Tay sitting on China trying to get something done, but Sail of Year is still in. Connor wants to fight a big bomb from Elmo on Essence, only hits one rocket.
Essence is like a pretty interesting sort of surf there. It's like he slid up the side of Cliff and just put distance between him and the soldier enough to live. I thought for sure he was going to be dead once he got stuck in that corner there. Either way, they have Uber out again, and Blue doesn't have the spawners to really contest this or get a good sack, and so this is going to be a pretty free cap for them. One soldier bombing in, gets one rocket off, and it doesn't quite hit Essence. Essence going to be sitting comfortably, still at 150 HP, and that's going to be the point flip.
Yeah, I mean, we're getting close to going to the final round here. Another golden cap, at least in Europe, it's considered a golden cap if it goes to the final round of KOF. So another golden cap here, maybe. And you know,
Zaka gets taken down before they can. Yeah, the Uber comes out right as Zaka dies, and it's just a matter of cleaning all the frags up. Deft is only, 1 HP, I don't know where he is, and Elmo is sitting at Cliff.
It's too late, though. They waited, they were trying to just do a dry push there, but Zaka immediately goes down, and I think they maybe try and turn it into a sack. Double Sully straight in, but they don't have enough time. Taylor...
Oh, he got the funny...
Oh,
with the fucking quick jump from Cliff, manages to find the spoon on the Tachyon. It sucks that they lost the round, but hey...
That hurts to watch. Hits him with the lol in chat as well. He knows what he did.
Yeah, we're going into this next mid yet again. Exchanging some damage shots. We didn't even get an arrow from his medic. As now it's just going to be a matter of time before the red soldiers double bomb in yet again. We're currently just a bit of poke damage right now. It doesn't actually look like anyone wants to commit quite yet, with Daz going down pretty low. No one committing on him just yet, as finally we see Rohan bomb forward, trying to see what he can get done, but TJ, Essence, Rohan and Yadi and Daz all go down, only Tachyon left alive. That was interesting. They sent one soldier, blue soldier in to bomb onto the combo. He managed to find TJ and Essence, but in the meantime, it just looks like they also got mulched forward by the whoever was forward on from, I think that was Elmo that was forward? I'm not too sure, but by the way, they found a lot of picks there and were able to secure mid and Uber out off of that with Essence going down. We're going to be looking at a 4-man with soldiers and demo all coming in, trying to get onto Zaka. Zaka playing very safely at the back of his cliff. One soldier's high in the sky, isn't able to get enough damage onto Zaka. Zaka sitting right on the pack, picks it up as he needs. And yeah, there goes the 4-man. Essence did a really good job of building his Uber, but with no forwards, it's not going to be yet. Just going to even out here, as it looks like we do see the blue team trying to set up for a forward hold.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be interesting. We're going to be able to see if Sailavi are able to bust out here, because, forward holding, kind of a double-edged sword. I mean, you can really get yourself some nice time on the board, but you also got to worry about a Pyro coming out, maybe getting some frags and forcing your Uber. It's Tachyon trying to flame people. Maybe he wants to go back to spawn and switch. There he goes. Essence looks like they already want to bring this, so there's still a player down here with Tachyon switching back at spawn, but with 2 picks, they want to take this. Daz takes an early pipe. They drop TJ, but the Uber trade comes out anyway, but this is really bad. They need to get out of here. They have Tachyon in the Uber now, but no positioning at all. So this should be a pretty easy hold here for Taylor Swift fan club, unless something goes horribly wrong, like Rohan looking for a bomb, gets taken down by Connor. Tay goes down in return, though, on the rock there above point, but looks like Def just wants to keep the spam up, keep hitting shots, and Elmo bombs in, gets some nice damage. Essence low here, they maybe want to capitalize on that, but yeah, Sailavi slowly moving their way out. They don't want to move out. TJ almost gets caught by Deft again. Unrelenting spam.
Yeah, that was it's gonna be a bit rough for them here a little. It is even Ubers, but they just have such a time advantage to fight against. They need to force this fight now and try and get it to work, but we actually see Zaka has been building a little bit better, so if they get a little bit too aggro, it could have the Uber taken in on them. They're trying to get as much point time as they can, but Taylor Swift fan club is just really good about baiting point time and getting damage onto them. Deft almost dying. I think pipe in this rocket onto Zaka. Zaka's going to drop. And now it's just 2 left on the side of Taylor Swift fan club. They jump in trying to get whatever they can, but they aren't able to find enough damage onto Essence there, with Deft being the last one alive, just resorting to go to
I think they were trying to go for a push right there, and Deft realized mid-push he had no ammo, because he whipped the bottle out and started walking across point.
Yeah, and he was like, he looked kind of surprised and just tried to surf out. It was pretty funny that he lived there, but
Oh, Daz goes down. That's what I'm talking about forward holds being bad. You know, you can easily lose your demo or your medic in this as Elmo bombs in, forces out the Uber from Essence, and now Deft gets that sticky jump, gets the hell out of there. Zaka is still staying around Cliff though. Could be a bomb potential coming out of here from C'est La Vie, but looks like they just want to play it safe and back out a bit.
yeah, but can they really like back out entirely with the amount of time that they're working against? It looks like they're gonna have to try and take a fast refight. They're a little slow getting up slope. Just like so they're trying to spam whatever they can, get a bit of cap time on point, but the spam from the soldiers in the demo is just a little bit too much. But soldiers are on their respective prides, like seeing what they can do with only 30 seconds left on the clock for Taylor Swift fan club, and there's a pick on a Tachyon. It's not looking good for C'est La Vie here. We see TJ
Zaka
trying
has
to take
this
the
and
lead,
they want to take it. No, they don't. They ran forward and then said nah.
Yeah, I think they
This
saw
is the
that
intimidation tactic.
Yeah, exactly. And now Ubers are gonna even out. It has to be a second chance. TJ getting disconnected.
99%!
Oh no! That was the most unlucky thing that could happen to a medic. We see the soldiers bombing forward, trying to salvage whatever they can. They get one rocket on the Zaka, but Daz is the only one left. He's not gonna do much. And that's gonna be the match.
Yeah, I think he surfed directly onto an Iron Bomber pipe just waiting for him.
Yeah,
Which is...
I think it was so sad. He was at 99 walking with the scout right as he was about to hit that 100% mark. A sticky from Deft hit him, and he surfed to the left or surfed to the right rather while the scout was going left. And then a pipe hit him at the same time. All right, with that, Dempsey, do we have any more we want to say?
I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it was good showing all around. It was a fun match to cast. Any shoutouts you want to do?
I'll shout out to Connor for messaging me while I was at the gym to come cast Aussie TF2 because there's no greater joy in life.
Yeah, shout out to Connor for messaging me at 5:30 in the morning, asking me to cast, and here I am. It's been a fun time. Interesting way to spend my morning. Yeah, with that, I think that's gonna be it. All she wrote. Follow us on Twitch and Twitter. We'll be linking it in the chat, and I think that's it. We'll be signing off now.